These days, no action movie's complete without a fast and furious police car chase. Speed, spills and excitement. That's entertainment. But real life is not that simple. Speeding vehicles are lethal weapons, and police cars are no exception. Just how lethal you can see in the statistics. More than 100 Australians killed in police pursuits in the last 10 years. And there is the dilemma. Who do they chase? How fast? And for how long? How can they catch the crooks but still avoid those deadly crashes? Well, there is one way, and it's a radical solution that's already proved itself in America.
Oh, God! Yeah. Holy crap.
It's fast, furious, and too often lethal.
Oh, my God. She died.
High-speed police pursuits. They can be deadly. They're always terrifying. And in most cases, begin as nothing more than a traffic offence. Is this the first time you've been back?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
What's going through your mind?
Well, my son lost his life here with these two other boys. Yep. It's just very emotional. And the people that should have been looking after them are responsible for it.
You mean the police?
Yes, I do mean the police. They've got a lot to stand accountable for doing this.
2 years ago, Susan Lord Milne's son Simon died when the stolen car he was driving hit a light pole in this Melbourne street. Moments before, police had been ordered to call off the chase. But his mother maintains 2 officers in one of the patrol cars ignored the directive.
Where's the death sentence for stolen cars? Is there one? Must have come in recently, has it? Because I didn't know that you could die for stealing a car, but they did on the 19th of June 2002. Maybe that's when that death sentence came in. They chased those boys to their death. It was horrendous, what they did.
No doubt in your mind that all 3 boys would be alive today.
No doubt,
Have
there's
they
not
not
a shadow of a doubt. Not a shadow of a doubt, no.
To chase or not to chase. It's the dilemma all police dread. When to pursue a car, and just as crucial, when to call off the chase to reduce the risks. And now there are growing calls for a radical new approach. Ban police pursuits altogether.
A total ban, blanket ban of all police pursuits. No more pursuits.
No matter what the
Finish.
reason.
No matter what the reason. You can apprehend them differently.
What if they're serial killers?
If they're a serial killer, there's got to be another way of doing it. Not a chase. Not a chase.
The number of fatalities are terrifying. In Victoria, 24 deaths from police pursuits between 2001 and 2003. 17 deaths in New South Wales during the same period. Queensland records 600 police pursuits every year, a third of them ending in crashes. And what was the first sign of trouble?
Police, there was a motorcycle behind us and Tristram said, "Hey, it's the pigs." So he was referring to the police and pulled over, and I looked back and there was a police motorcycle there.
Jason Spalding was with 2 mates when he found himself on a death ride. Jason was 14, Joshua French 15, and Tristram Rich, the driver, was 16. Tristram had taken his mother's car for a joyride and was travelling 15 kilometres over the speed limit when he was pulled over.
The policeman didn't actually get into the car. He hopped off his bike and took a few steps, and Tristram put his foot down and took off. So we had a bit of a laugh, and then everything got real serious.
Jason, what sort of speeds were you reaching?
Up to 200 at one point.
200 kilometres an hour?
Yep.
Did Tristram try and go even faster?
We had wound the windows up at the start of the chase so that there was not as much drag on the car, and that was about it though. He had his foot flat as far as I could tell the whole way.
Did you or Josh encourage Tristram to go faster?
No.
Not at any stage?
Not at all.
Did you encourage him to slow down?
No, not at all.
As soon as I knew Tristram had the car and that he had his mates on board and they were heading to Melbourne, I notified Albury Police.
Tristram's mother, Michelle, told the police the car was hers and the boys were just 14, 15 and 16.
He's 16, 17 next week, and he's only got his L plates.
But that message from New South Wales Police was never passed on to their Victorian counterparts who had taken up the chase.
We passed some cars, and I think we went around one car and then tried to skip past the next one, and that was when it happened. I heard a squeal, like tyres on the road, and then we started going sort of across and funny into the trees, and I just looked and I just gone, oh damn, you know, something's finally happened. And there wasn't, I don't know, you can't feel fear in that situation. It's just a calmness, sort of, this is going to happen, I can't stop it. And then we hit, you know, the world was spinning, and then we hit, and that was it.
97, he's come to grief. We're with the vehicle about 2 kilometres south of 9 Mile Creek.
A full 29 minutes after New South Wales Police first warned of the boys' ages, Tristram Rich and Joshua French were dead. Jason Spalding was found semi-conscious. Who do you blame for the tragedy?
No one. It was everyone's fault and no one's fault. You know, I could have told Tristram to slow down. Josh could have. He could have slowed down himself. The police could have called the chase off. Anyone. It's everyone's fault and no one's fault at the same time.
So knowing what you know now, the boys' ages, what would you have done?
Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have chased.
Constables Paul Egan and Darryl Jones have to live with the fact that their pursuit ended in the deaths of the two young boys.
Oh, I've had some sleepless nights and some nights trying to get to sleep and wake up in the middle of the night, really visualising the scene and just going through it in your head and thinking, why?
I do think there needs to be stricter guidelines and the police need to be made to follow them, and anyone that doesn't needs to have some sort of consequences. I mean, basically, they might as well have taken a gun and shot the boys.
Look, I feel enormously sad for those families. I mean, you couldn't but. Nobody wants to have a life taken like that, and a life with a huge potential in those young people. But the choice was made when they determined to go over the speed limit and when they made one critical error, and that was they simply should have stopped.
Victoria's Police Commissioner Christine Nixon says it's a challenge for all police. If they don't chase, are they potentially letting a criminal get away?
When police officers see it, they first of all don't know when they go to pull up that car that they're not going to stop. So you're then into a circumstance, why is this person not stopping? It may simply have been a traffic accident to start with, but this person's taken off. Most normal citizens stop.
The profile of the driver on the run looks like this. They're usually young and inexperienced, mostly male, and the majority have committed nothing more than a traffic offence, like speeding or running a red light.
It's Russian roulette. You just don't know how desperate he is to get away.
Desperate and dangerous. And so it was for Chris Bolt during the early years on the force when he and a young constable were on the trail of a stolen car.
The stolen car went through a red light. An innocent driver was coming the other way, made a right-hand turn across in front of the stolen car. The driver of the other car was killed instantly. The young driver, who was only about 15 years old, of the stolen car went through the steering wheel and through the window and suffered very severe facial injuries.
And how did it affect you?
Well, at the time, very badly, and to this day, I still think about it.
The young officer went on to become Chief Inspector Chris Bolt, the commander of all police driver training in New South Wales.
Current speed 70/60 and increasing.
He's now left the force and the programs he helped create, like the high-speed pursuit driving course here at Goulburn.
X-ray uniform Romeo 728 New South Wales.
Instead, the man who helped design this very system now believes it's failed. Too many people are dying for no good reason.
Twice as many people die as a result of police pursuits as they do from firearms, police using firearms, yes.
So are you saying a police vehicle is almost a weapon?
Well, certainly if it's killing people, then it could be regarded as a weapon, and indeed a very deadly weapon.
Do you think anything concrete will ever be done?
Well, you could always ban pursuits entirely.
Would you recommend that?
Some states in the USA are thinking about it.
And it's scenes just like these which have forced American states to change their thinking.
Okay, the Highway Patrol just spun him out.
Until recently, it was a daily occurrence in Los Angeles, the often fatal, always fast police chase. But not anymore. Last year, the LAPD introduced 2 new tactics. Don't give chase if it's a minor offence, and if a pursuit is needed, a new squad of helicopters can track drivers on the run.
Suspect vehicle is a yellow Honda.
At any given time, day or night, 3 of these police choppers are patrolling in the air.
Air number 16, both vehicles are now westbound on Lexington.
And the results of this initiative by the LAPD have been remarkable. By using helicopters over Los Angeles, the number of police pursuits, the number of deaths and injuries have all dropped by 60%. On this day, a robbery is spotted, and the aerial police radio in the location of the robbers, and the bad guys are arrested. No chase, no injury.
It would make it almost impossible for the offending driver to get away, because irrespective of what they did or where they went, the helicopter would be there and could direct other police to where the driver might be if and when he leaves the car. And it also acts as a deterrent, because quite simply a driver would know that the choppers are in the air and they'll get to him fairly quickly. There's no escaping.
The pursuits are 3 minutes long in the main, vast majority of them. People could say to us, well, you could have helicopters involved. Well, it's a big state, Victoria, and we have 3 helicopters that are going to be used for a whole range of other kind of perhaps more urgent issues than that one.
A number of people we've spoken to say that the system is not working.
You can't say to the community, you just drive however fast you like, commit whatever offences you like, get in a car, and the police won't do anything about it. That's not the way it works. The community wouldn't tolerate this idea that we wouldn't pursue those vehicles.
I am as adamant about the pursuits being banned as Miss Nixon is that they keep going. Look at the models from America and from England, and look at what the other countries do where their rate of death is extremely low, if any, and just have a look at that and change the strategy in the Australian police.
Around Australia, there are now other strategies being looked at, including in-car videos and black box recorders that can monitor the actions and speeds of police engaged in a pursuit. But as for stopping chases or chasing less, that's not on the agenda, despite the continuing casualties. But is it also worth losing your life over what started as a minor traffic offence?
Absolutely not, and I think that's the key piece. It isn't worth it. Wear the consequences of your actions and deal with those, because you'll still be alive tomorrow to deal with it.
But try telling that to Simon's mother, Susan.
The waste, the sheer waste of human life, that just kept coursing through me. Why wouldn't it? What a waste. What a waste. 3 beautiful young lives thrown away for no reason. There is no rhyme or reason in this thing. No reason.
Hello, I'm Tom Steinfort. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minutes segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au, as well as the 9Now app.